Vuyo. You're such a big dreamer.
I am Vuyo and I believe everyone is a dreamer. And as big dreamers, we never lose, we either win or learn. Without wasting any time, let's start learning.
The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel, Timeless Lessons on Wealth, Greed, and Happiness. Chapter 2, Luck and Risk. Bill Gates and Kent Evans. Bill Gates attended a high school that was one of the very few in the world to have a computer. The story of how Lakeside School in Seattle acquired this computer is remarkable. It was thanks to the initiative of Bill Dougal, a math and science teacher and World War II Navy pilot. He believed that practical experience was essential in addition to book study and foresaw the importance of computer knowledge for college. In 1968, Dougal persuaded the Lakeside School Mothers Club to use $3,000 from their annual rummage sale to lease a teletype Model 30 computer connected to a General Electric mainframe terminal for time sharing. This idea of time sharing was quite forward-looking, as it had only been invented in 1965. Most graduate schools at the time did not have access to such advanced computers as Bill Gates had in 8th grade, and he was very enthusiastic about it. In 1968, at the age of 13, Gates met his classmate Paul Allen, who shared his passion for the school's computer. They had the freedom to explore and experiment with the computer at their own pace, which made them experts in computing. During one late-night session, Gates expressed his curiosity about running a Fortune 500 company. This aspiration eventually led to the creation of Microsoft, now a trillion-dollar company. To put this in perspective, in 1968, there were approximately 303 million high school-age individuals globally, but only around 300 attended Lakeside School, which had both the funds and vision to acquire a computer. This made Bill Gates one in a million in terms of the opportunities he had. Gates acknowledges the crucial role Lakeside played in his success, stating that without it, there would be no Microsoft. His exceptional intelligence, dedication, and early vision for computing, combined with the unique opportunity at Lakeside, set him on a path to greatness. Now, let's talk about Kent Evans, another Lakeside student who shared a powerful connection with Bill Gates. They became close friends in 8th grade, and both excelled in computing. They were tasked with creating a computer program to simplify the school's class scheduling, a complex task they successfully completed. Kent shared Bill's business mindset and ambition. They often discussed their future plans, considering roles as CEOs, generals, or ambassadors. They were determined to accomplish their goals together. However, Kent's life took a tragic turn. He died in a mountaineering accident before graduating high school. This event highlights the element of risk in life, as mountaineering deaths in the United States are relatively rare. Kent's untimely demise prevented him from becoming a founding partner of Microsoft alongside Gates and Allen. Housel underscores the dual forces of luck and risk, both shaping the outcomes of people's lives. Both luck and risk are essential aspects of life, guided by forces beyond individual effort. Recognizing their impact is crucial when evaluating financial success, as the outcomes are often not solely determined by personal actions. Main points from the above passage. Housel discusses the unique circumstances that contributed to Bill Gates' success and the tragic fate of his friend Kent Evans. Bill Gates attended a high school, Lakeside School, that had one of the world's very few computers in the late 1960s, giving him a significant advantage. Gates and his classmate, Paul Allen, became computer experts through their access to this technology, leading to the founding of Microsoft. In contrast, Kent Evans, another talented Lakeside student and close friend of Gates, shared their passion for computers but met an unfortunate end in a mountaineering accident before he could join Gates and Allen in their entrepreneurial ventures. The role of luck. Years ago, Housel asked Nobel Prize-winning economist Robert Shiller what aspect of investing remained a mystery. He replied, "The exact influence of luck in achieving successful outcomes." This response is intriguing because, even though everyone acknowledges that luck plays a role in financial success, it's challenging to quantify and can be impolite to attribute someone's success solely to it. As a result, many tend to downplay the significance of luck in success. Consider this scenario. There are 1 billion investors globally, and you expect that by sheer chance, around 10 of them would become billionaires mostly due to luck. This idea is generally accepted. However, if asked to name these investors to their faces, most people would hesitate. When assessing others, attributing success to luck can make you appear envious and unkind, even if we acknowledge its existence. But when evaluating one's own success, attributing it to luck can be disheartening. Economist Bhaskar Mazinder's research indicates that siblings' incomes are more correlated than their heights or weights. This suggests that your financial status and opportunities are strongly linked to your parents' socioeconomic background. Despite this, it's common for affluent siblings to believe that this pattern doesn't apply to them. Failure, which can range from bankruptcy to not meeting personal goals, is also often misunderstood. Was the failure due to insufficient effort, inadequate decision-making in investments or business, or just the inherent unpredictability of risk? Determining the exact cause can be exceedingly complex. Consider a situation where someone buys a stock that doesn't appreciate over 5 years. It could be because the initial decision was flawed, or it might be that the decision had an 80% chance of success, and the individual ended up in the unfortunate 20%. It's often challenging to differentiate between a mistake and the inherent uncertainty of risk. While some decisions can be statistically evaluated for their wisdom, in daily life, it's often not practical. We tend to favor simple, easy-to-understand narratives, even though they can be misleading. In the world of investing and business, others' failures are often attributed to poor decision-making, while we view own failures as the result of unpredictable risks. This is because it's easier to understand the decisions of others than what's happening inside our own minds. The cover of Forbes magazine typically features successful investors who made perhaps reckless decisions but happened to get lucky, rather than poor investors who made good decisions but encountered bad luck. Both took a chance that landed differently. This approach can be dangerous because we all seek to learn from the financial successes and failures of others. We want to know which investment or business strategies work and how to build wealth while avoiding poverty. We often try to derive these lessons by observing successes and failures and emulating the strategies of the successful. In an ideal world, we could determine the exact proportion of outcomes resulting from repeatable actions and those influenced by random luck and risk. However, we lack a magic wand, and our brains tend to prefer simple answers over nuance. Therefore, identifying the traits to emulate or avoid can be a challenging task. Main points from the above passage. Housel delves into the complex interplay of luck and risk in financial success and how people tend to attribute success and failure. He begins with an economist's insight that understanding the role of luck in success is challenging. While most people acknowledge that luck is a factor, they tend to downplay its significance. Housel explores how individuals judge success and failure differently when it comes to themselves and others. We often simplify complex situations. He also discusses how, in the quest to learn about financial success and strategies, we often observe successful and failed outcomes and try to draw lessons from them. However, it's difficult to discern the precise influence of luck and skill in these outcomes, making it challenging to determine the traits to emulate or avoid. Overall, it highlights the complexity of assessing the factors contributing to success and failure in the world of finance and investment. Bold versus reckless. Cornelius Vanderbilt, in his efforts to expand his railroad empire, was informed by an advisor that each of his transactions had broken the law. In response, Vanderbilt expressed a dismissive attitude towards adhering to New York statutes for running a railroad, indicating that the laws didn't align with the needs of his time. This approach, in which Vanderbilt disregarded the law for the sake of progress, might be tempting to view as a key factor in his remarkable success. It suggests that he was a determined visionary who let nothing obstruct his path. However, this analysis raises questions about the wisdom of flouting the law for success. It's not sensible to recommend blatant disregard for the law as an entrepreneurial trait, as the outcome could have been very different for Vanderbilt, potentially leading to legal troubles and business failure. Housel highlights the dilemma of whether to applaud Vanderbilt's law-breaking as an innovative act or criticize it as criminal behavior, illustrating how a slight shift in the narrative could lead to very different conclusions about his character. The same issue arises in the case of John D. Rockefeller, known for his frequent circumvention of the law, which some historians portray as a sign of showing business smarts. However, the narrative could easily change from praising his innovative approach to condemning his criminal actions. This ambiguity extends to other examples, such as Benjamin Graham, who is celebrated as a great investor despite breaking diversification rules. We similarly think Mark Zuckerberg is a genius for turning down Yahoo's 2006 $1 billion offer to buy his company. He saw the future and stuck to his guns. But people criticize Yahoo with as much passion for turning down its own big buyout offer from Microsoft. Those fools should have cashed out while they could. What is the lesson for entrepreneurs here? I have no idea, because risk and luck are so hard to pin down. Main points from the above passage. Housel emphasizes the challenges of discerning the roles of risk and luck in determining outcomes in various situations, like those driven by leverage, management practices, customer relations, and business strategies. He suggests that the fine line between being admirably bold and recklessly foolish can be quite thin and is often only visible in hindsight. Housel explores the complex issue of how to interpret individuals' actions, particularly in the context of business and entrepreneurship, when they push the boundaries of the law or when they take unconventional risks. He begins with the story of Cornelius Vanderbilt, who ignored laws to expand his railroad empire, and the subsequent debate about whether his actions should be praised as innovative or criticized as illegal. Housel goes on to highlight similar situations involving figures like John D. Rockefeller, Benjamin Graham, and Mark Zuckerberg, where their actions have been either celebrated as bold moves or condemned as reckless decisions. The central theme revolves around the challenges of distinguishing between visionary innovation and criminal behavior, and the difficulty of assessing the roles of risk and luck in the outcomes of various business endeavors. It underscores the fine line between being perceived as admirably bold and foolishly reckless, which is often only visible in hindsight. Close relation of luck and risk. Risk and luck are closely related and often indistinguishable, posing a complex challenge when trying to understand how to manage finances effectively. To address this challenge, consider two important guidelines. First, be cautious when praising or looking down upon individuals, as not all outcomes can be solely attributed to effort and decisions. Understand that factors like family background, economic conditions, and external circumstances also play significant roles in people's success or struggles. Second, focus on identifying broad patterns of success and failure rather than studying specific individuals. Extreme cases, such as billionaires or massive failures that make headlines, are often too unique and influenced by extreme luck or risk to provide practical lessons for everyday life. Instead, seek lessons from common patterns that are more applicable to your own circumstances. For example, while emulating Warren Buffett's investment success may be challenging due to the high role of luck in his extraordinary performance, understanding that people who have control over their time tend to lead happier lives is a more widely applicable and actionable insight. Success and failure are poor teachers. Bill Gates once expressed that success is a poor teacher, as it tempts intelligent individuals to believe in their invincibility. This statement implies that when things are going exceptionally well, it's essential to recognize that the situation may not be as favorable as it appears. One must acknowledge that luck played a part in their success and, in doing so, accept the presence of risk, which can swiftly alter the course of their story. Conversely, failure can also be a less than ideal instructor, as it may lead intelligent people to believe that their choices were fundamentally flawed when, at times, they merely reflect the harsh realities of risk. When facing failure, it's crucial to organize your financial life in a way that can withstand the occasional poor investment or unmet financial goal without causing significant harm, allowing you to persevere until circumstances improve in your favor. Moreover, while recognizing the impact of luck on success, it's equally important to understand the influence of risk and practice self-compassion when evaluating failures. The central idea is that situations are rarely as positive or negative as they might initially seem. Housel's letter to his son. The chapter essentially underscores the role of luck and unpredictability in financial outcomes and encourages readers to be cautious about attributing too much of their financial success or failure to their own abilities or skills. It also highlights the significance of long-term investing and the power of compounding in building wealth. Keep in mind that this is a high-level summary, and the book delves deeper into these concepts with real-world examples and stories to illustrate these points. I will, however, end off with a letter that Housel wrote to his son after he was born. Open quotes. Some people are born into families that encourages education, others are against it. Some are born into flourishing economies encouraging entrepreneurship, others are born into war and destitution. I want you to be successful, and I want you to earn it, but realize that not all success is due to hard work, and not all poverty is due to laziness. Keep this in mind when judging people, including yourself. Close quotes. I know at some point we find ourselves judging others and even ourselves harshly, so from now on when you see yourself going that route, just remember this letter. This is the end of Chapter 2 summary. Stay on the lookout for Chapter 2. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more content like this.